What would you do to survive as an American guy during the Revolutionary War from 1775 to 1783? This was a brutal war, wiping out 25,000 to 70,000 Americans, which in today's population would be around 3 million people. This video will give you 3 ways to stay alive, from ordinary to extraordinary. But before we get into it, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest videos. The first method, deep in the shadows. You don't want to fight in the war, but as a young man, there's no escaping the draft. So you come up with a plan. You'll flee to another country. And luckily, it's not that hard. Along the Mississippi River lies Spanish territory, a neutral zone in this conflict. You decide to make your way to Louisiana. On a fine day, you head south, moving quickly. Along the way, you encounter groups of American soldiers. They're fighters returning from battles against the British in Florida. To blend in, you buy an old carriage from a local old-timer and pose as a traveling merchant. You keep pushing south, then swing westward, passing through what we now call Alabama and Mississippi. Finally, you reach the border.
You can't cross the border without official documents.
Wait, isn't this my passport?
Yeah, technically. But, we don't want to get involved in British-American affairs, so unless you've got an official British pass, you're not getting in.
Getting a British travel permit? Impossible. So you settle on Plan B, crossing the river at night. In the dark, you snuff out your fire, grab some supplies, and step onto your makeshift raft. Suddenly, a group of natives armed with spears charges toward you. Without a second thought, you dive into the freezing river, swimming desperately toward the other side. They shoot poisoned darts, but you dive deeper and they miss every single shot. Just as you think you're safe, the commotion attracts Spanish soldiers on the far bank. Knowing you can't swim across just yet, you dive deep underwater, holding your breath. 2 minutes pass. You remain beneath the surface, making only the tiniest ripple. Luckily, the Spanish troops assume the natives were just causing trouble. They fire a few shots to scare them off and then retreat. Just as you're about to pass out, you resurface at the perfect moment, right as the soldiers turn their backs. You make it to the other side, immediately shedding your soaked clothes and sparking a fire to warm up. Then, you travel deeper into unpopulated areas like Texas. And finally, you survive. The second method, a penny, a life. You return from the Battle of Lexington and Concord with a severe wound on your arm, realizing that war is a golden opportunity to make money. You also notice that the more the British are beaten, the more desperate they are for food supplies. So, in 1778, you and your followers secretly relocate to Georgia, buy a large plot of land, and start a farm. Georgia is home to many loyalists, so you take advantage of the road leading from Savannah, the British stronghold, to the battlefield. Your business is good. British soldiers constantly march through. Soon, their commander hires you as their food supplier. The prices aren't as high as you like, but the sheer quantity sold makes up for it. Life flows smoothly until 1782, when the British start losing control of Georgia. One fine morning, you load up your wagon and head toward the British camp. But suddenly, the sky turns gray. The smell of smoke chokes the air. You're in the middle of a battlefield, and somehow, you're not stuck in the chaos, but behind enemy lines with the Americans. You hide in the bushes, waiting for nightfall to sneak around the battlefield toward Savannah. Night arrives, you emerge, grab your goods, and move carefully along a detour. But you never expected the Americans to capture so much territory in one day, and the first person you run into is a U.S. officer.
Who are you?
A merchant.
A merchant? Well, this sure isn't the place for business.
When can I pass through?
Could be a few days, maybe a few months.
A few days or months? My goods only last a week.
Oh, you're selling food. So who are your buyers?
You freeze. It's a trap. Say the British. You're dead. Say the Americans. Why haven't they been buying from you already? Your tension rises. The officer notices, finger tightening on the trigger. Suddenly, an idea hits you.
Oh, I'm new here.
Really, Ed? Where are you from?
Virginia.
A land of great patriots. It must have been a long journey. But I still need to know, who do you sell to?
I'm looking for new customers in this new captured area. And you, sir, might just be my first one. Here, premium Virginia potatoes. Far better than the shit stolen from British farmers.
That potatoes pronunciation of yours sounds authentic like a Virginia guy. You must be a true patriot. Fine, I'll buy some, but get home fast. This place is dangerous.
You sell your goods to the American officer and rush back home. That very night, you abandon the farm, slip into the woods with your men, and live quietly from then on, surviving the war. The third method, the magic of silence. You joined the revolution from the very beginning, earning the trust of General Washington himself. One day, he orders you to leave the battlefield and head to New York as a spy. At first, it's tough, but you adapt quickly. Your genius lies in pretending to be a local laborer, working for the British at the docks rather than infiltrating their army. While you don't have military secrets, you track their supply chains. To the British, you're just a hard-working and loyal worker. Over time, you even mimic the British accent, so newly arrived soldiers assume you're one of their own and let their guard down. After years of gathering intelligence, the information you provide gives the Americans a major advantage. One day, you receive the order to leave. You pack up, bid farewell to your New York mates, and head out. On your way, you stumble across a small skirmish, and an American soldier picking something from a dead British catches your eye. Moments later, you reach an American camp, but the soldiers spot you and escort you to their commander.
You just came from the British side. Explain yourself.
I'm a covert spy sent by General Washington.
General Washington, why wasn't I warned?
That's because your rank is too low to know.
Listen, I'm a calm man, but you're really pushing your luck here.
Codename Little Sparrow, stationed in New York. I know exactly who you are. And I know a soldier named Lewis died today because he couldn't tie his bootlaces properly.
Lewis, my boy, how do you know that?
I also know there's a spy in your unit. Someone standing near you.
Without hesitation, you draw your pistol, shoot a soldier lurking in the shadows, and pull a tin button from his coat.
See this?
A tin button? That's a British spy marker.
So, who do you think I am now?
The stunned officer, completely convinced, immediately releases you. Soon after, you reunite with Washington. Enjoy a short break after nearly 8 years of hard work. But the war ends sooner than expected. And just like that, you survive. The man you shot was a patriot. You'd seen him pick up a tin button from a dead British soldier earlier. In that moment, he unwittingly became your proof. You'll never know his name, but his sacrifice haunts you. In summary, while the total casualties of the American Revolution might not seem overwhelming at first glance, but when considered as a percentage of the population, the numbers are truly significant. In the end, no matter who you were in the war, you played a role in shaping the history of this nation. If you have a better survival strategy, drop a comment below.